Brandon, I promised that I was going to do better at intros, but I completely do not have an intro for this episode. So I'm going to go impromptu? Impronto. Wow, I'm completely screwing that up.
You're doing great. Keep going.
Improv. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You want to say the words?
Cue the music.
Bingo. Hello, and welcome to Don't Evolve Me, the place like Ash Catcher Pikachu. We don't evolve, we just level up. Here with MiYm to talk all of Invincible Season 4. Brandon, we're here. We didn't do as many episodes as we did the last 2 years, couple seasons, and here we are talking Season 4 of Invincible. Would you call this the Marineford arc of Invincible?
I mean, it definitely is like a weird kind of ending, like almost a resolution, but not a resolution in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a non-resolution. I guess the Marineford is similar to that, but I definitely feel like the stakes are definitely there.
Yeah, it's so recently I just celebrated my birthday. Didn't do a birthday episode this year. And on my birthday, I was like, people kept asking, "What are you gonna do tonight? What are you gonna do tonight? Right? What are you gonna do to celebrate your birthday?" And I usually just want to do whatever, low key. I just want to have a good day, more or less. But I was like, I'm just gonna watch my TV shows because Invincible, Season 4, Episode 8, my favorite television show based off my favorite comic, based off probably going to be one of my favorite seasons. That's based off my favorite arc in this comic. Like, it's the finale, and I was like, yeah, I got my plans. It's gonna be in front of my TV watching this show because this is pretty much what I would call this season, is like the Marineford. But I watched Invincible before I watched One Piece, so I don't know necessarily like what other thing I would compare it to. It's kind of like The Empire Strikes Back. It's like the midway point where, okay, yeah, we got some type of battle, there were some consequences, but the story's not quite over.
And I feel ends with the bad guys winning.
Yes,
in a sense.
Kind of like things have changed.
Yeah,
there's more story to happen, but we got the big battle, and there were some consequences. And yeah, that's what the season is. And so I think we're going to ask the question, is this one of the greatest seasons of Invincible? Is this one of the better episodes of Invincible? And we've asked this question the last time we had this episode.
Yep.
Which is a good sign that this is a pretty good season.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good sign for a show in general.
I think this is time to plug.
Okay.
So, thank you for watching Don't Evolve Me. If you watch our show, you should watch our other show, Roll for the End, The Bleak. We're on YouTube. We are 12 episodes in. 13th episode will be dropping Saturday, hopefully this weekend. But it's a better way to say it. Yes.
Yep.
This weekend, episode 13, we are rounding out season 1. We haven't quite finished recording season 1, but I will say something tragic and something happens. So check it out. I can't say what episode it's going to be. It's
yeah, we're working on the numbers still.
Yeah, probably a little bit before 20, but yeah, something happens, and I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. So watch it. Roll for the End, The Bleak. Yeah, that's it. All right, back to Invincible. Okay, so we're gonna get into what happened. We have 3 episodes to talk about.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to
talk about all the way up through episode 5 before.
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember exactly where we got to.
Yes. So we have 3 episodes. Episode 6,
7 and 8.
Yep. So 6, you look horrible. 7, don't do anything rash, which I think this is such a great title. And then we have episode 3, don't leave me hanging, which still trying to figure out that one. It's probably right there, and you're just not thinking of it. Okay. So what happened? You look horrible. Coalition versus Viltrumites. We get 2 different propagandas for each side. Viltrumites is very much we are stronger, they are weak, we will destroy them because we are superior, very fascist, mustachy. And just, that typical propaganda. Then we have coalition. We are the right side, we are good, they are bad, exterminate bad. Nothing super special about the two. Nolan and Oliver do some very much needed bonding as a nurse Mark II health. Oliver initially is very not wanting to bond, and Nolan's trying his best, but it's pretty understandable the beef between the two. Alan and Zoe play video games as they wait for Belgians to enter the war, and then they leave to get to the other side, join the battle. We get more battle beasts. That's all I really put is more battle beasts, more battles, more fighting, more blood. Battle beasts. You can see them right there
at the top.
Fucking love battle beasts. He's awesome. Loved them before everybody else.
Okay. Okay, hipster.
Yeah, all right, I yield. Oliver and Nolan fight a beast, but they don't kill her. Oliver's like, hey, we don't have to kill this bug. It can lay eggs in the future. We can be very nonviolent. Very much teaching Nolan a different way, the more human way. Sort of
sustainable way, yeah.
The scary
ethical way.
Yeah, ethical. More ethical. Oliver and Nolan start to bond as he describes mother. They just start to get close. We have 2 months together. Nolan's trying. Oliver eventually, they bond. We get a montage of war. Battle beast rages on. Zoe being effective. Oliver describes his fizziness over this beautiful blue lobster.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And then immediately Mark wakes up after 2 months.
Immediately after 2 months.
Yes, exactly. It's 2 months. He immediately wakes up. Okay, right after the scene, you describe the lobster. You immediately, Threg attacks Telescaro. Big battle, ship. Viltrumites, just mass damage. That's when suddenly and very conveniently, Omni-man and Invincible Oliver, they show up. They destroy the ship, and then Thrag's like, all right, retreat. They find the traitor. He's just one of the secretaries, been a traitor for years, and they say that, hey, they're going back to Viltrum and then regrouping, which, if you think about it, might be just another traitorous move. And then they plan to attack Thrag on Viltrum. I'm struggling. I keep wanting to call him Throg.
Throg. That's the Thor frog. That's Throg.
And that is episode 6. You look horrible, more or less.
That's not very nice.
Oh,
I look horrible.
Your head's very shiny today.
Thank you.
It nearly goes for a backhanded compliment.
All right, moving on.
No, I just want to linger on that point. Okay. Don't do anything rash. All right. Viltrum, flashback. Thaddeus kills Argo. Throg is leader. Calls population to attack to the fittest, and they're all just brutally killing each other. And it's pretty horrifying, even in animation. Could you imagine live action of that specific episode? I guess boys.
Yeah.
All right. Flight to Viltrum. You have face snacks with faces or other yucky food.
Yeah, face
What would
snacks.
you want to eat right now? I'm eating what I got. What I eat. I planned this ahead.
Yeah, exactly what I want.
Would you eat something with a face on it like that? Just like
I mean, if I'm flying through space with nothing else to eat, maybe. Like if you just offered me something with a face on it right now and said it was delicious,
I.
probably not.
I love the random like moment where Zoe just like grabs it, eats
He
it,
just starts eating it. Yeah.
and then just like the moment realization, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
Like, I have ate like bug-like creatures. It's weird.
Yeah.
In Korea, it was like larva texture. Usually, I can
Yeah.
handle things like that, but
I think if they're like ground up in something, I'd be all right. But I don't know if I really want to eat something that still is in the form of a bug.
it's different.
Yeah.
You have all of it over there, like,
Yeah.
he definitely wants to eat.
Yeah.
We have Battle Beast talks about his last final meal, which is his choking on his own blood.
Yeah. Metal. So metal.
It's very metal. So to get the Viltrum, it's very much an ambush. Thrag is just standing there as the battle happens.
They're all hiding in all the bodies.
As they're fighting, Thrag and Nolan start talking. Thrag is trying to convince Nolan to get on his side. Nolan rejects him, which immediately leads to this really cool uppercut that sucks the win.
Yeah, that is one of the best like moves I've seen. That was like very anime coded. I loved that.
With like the whole like every Viltrumite death leads a void in my soul, and just immediately
like sucks Nolan forward too. Like yeah.
And like hits him so hard he flies out of the atmosphere into space. And then flies as fast as he can to catch up to him up to that point.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. That was the highlight.
And then after all that, after being warned, hey, don't do anything rash and, just attack Thrag on your own, Oliver decides to tell him that he sucks. Hey, there's a lot of suck. And then the irony of it, because he did, suck.
Yeah, I guess that's what you're saying.
I know Robert Kirkman was like thinking he ate with that line. He's like, someone's going to get it. Hey, I got it. I see what you did there, Kirkman.
And then Oliver gets half his face ripped off.
Very aggressively. He denounced him. You're not one of us. And then goes to Mark. Your brother was a failure. He is not your brother.
Yeah.
Like, damn. All I'm gonna say is remember that. Remember that point. Anyway. So Mark afterwards immediately turns to Thrag. I killed Conquest, which gets everyone's attention, especially Anissa's, which is also remember that moment.
Yep. Yeah.
And he looked at him a kind remember of way. That.
Yeah. He looked at him a kind of way.
The internet knows. The internet knows.
I know.
The internet knows. That's why you know, MiYm.
Yep. Well, I know because you told me.
I also am the internet. Moving on. All right, so Space Racer's doing this thing. He's shooting holes in the people. Eventually, at the direction of Nolan, shoots a hole into Viltrum. All three of Thaddeus, Mark, and Nolan fly through Viltrum, destroying the planet. Thaddeus is like telling them to surrender. Throg just beheads him like immediately aggressively. He disembowels Nolan.
Yep.
And Mark runs terrified and gets to the point where he's about to kill Mark, squish his head in, and then he lets him go.
Epiphany, yeah.
Spares them. And leaves.
Too many Viltrums died today.
Yes, thank you for that.
Ultravites. Yeah.
So, they go back to the Alscara. Oliver is in a tube, needs more time. Nolan and Mark are healed up. They have this revelation that Thrag is headed to Earth, or that's the probable destination, so they leave immediately. And yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. That sounds right.
Oh, Alan's named leader.
That's yeah. After
big
Thaddeus
important.
dies. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big important bit. All right. Episodes 8. Don't leave me hanging. This one, pretty easier to sum up. We have Mark experiencing PTSD visions of Earth being destroyed. Nolan's like, Mark, you need to sleep. You need to get rest. There's nothing you can do. As soon as they get into the solar system, Mark races on ahead, finds out that Earth is completely fine. It's got nothing to worry about. They go back home. Mark keeps having visions. There is a bunch of reunions. And that's pretty much what this episode is just reunions. We have Zoe and her dad. We have Mark and Eve connecting, and probably the most notable one, Nolan and Debbie, where Nolan pretty much is like, you need to give me a chance. Debbie's like, fuck you, no I don't. He's like, you're right, but you're going to, because you believe in redemption and I know you better. And she's, fuck you. But also find out that Debbie and Paul. Oh yeah, how am I forgetting his name?
I don't know.
I was gonna say Mark. I'm like, that's definitely not right. Debbie and Paul are broken up.
They also kind of I feel like they kind of skipped over it a little bit, but they were gone for I think 10 months or something like that. It didn't feel like that long, but I guess with Mark being out for a while and all the traveling, it's like they were gone for a while.
They were gone for 10 months. In the comics, it was 10 months total. They were gone. Okay. It's kind of the thing that happens in this show, and we're going to experience it more later on, is that when they're gone doing space shit happens.
Time keeps passing, yeah.
Yeah, and they come back, and it's something that happens. There's a couple arcs that I really hope they don't do, but probably will. Maybe they'll make it an episode rather a season, but we'll see. Okay. That's like a couple seasons down. Where are we at? All right, so there's 3 reunions. Oh, they open a portal. GCP opens a portal and bunch of metal
comes out.
A bunch of metal arms. The scientist that blanking on, he almost dies. Sinclair almost dies. He's like, this isn't my field of expertise. What do you want me to do?
The other scientists get absolutely murdered by the tentacle things.
Yeah. They have a reunion with Will, with Eve, and Rich. They've just more PTSD, more flashbacks. Eve finally tells Mark that she had an abortion and her powers got back. But yeah, had an abortion. I think there was a change there. I'm going to leave it because I just realized it's a spoiler and I apologize.
Okay.
18 minutes in, we're going to cut that out. Boop. I need that little thing. Anyway, all right. Alan struggles as a leader. Cecil and Nolan gets a reunion. Cecil's very much scared, tells Nolan to get the fuck off his planet. Nolan's he apologizes. He's like, Cecil, that's a start. Okay, I almost died. Cool. Do that 22,000,
22 more times. Yeah, I assume the number of times that he's almost died.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's probably his counter of what he considers.
No, I think it was Chicago's death. That's what I thought it was.
He said, I think he only said 22 or something like that.
It was 22,000 or 22 million or something like that. I don't know. We gotta play it back. Debbie decides that she's gonna go to space after having a talk with Paul. And as Mark is trying to, feel free, feel alive, getting past those PTSD moments, he sees Thrag in space, or not in space, but in the sky, and he's just staring at him like, that's got to be another vision. And
is this real?
And as he gets here, he's like, I am here. And then we get the proposal where Thrag is like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to live on Earth. But I will say Mark does punch him like several times where he's just like,
he does immediately punch him. Yeah. And that's when you kind of realize that he is real when he actually hits him.
I mean, he does bum rush Satan. So like, this is a very Mark move at this point. Is like, hey, I'm just going to bum rush these people, which worked for Conquest. So
that's true.
But bum rushes him. Thrag's just like, I'm not here, to kill everyone. I haven't killed anyone yet, but I will. And then gives him the offer. Do you? Or you don't really have a choice. It's either we fight to the death and I slaughter everyone here, or you let us stay and we repopulate. And in, hundreds, thousands of years, we'll have enough to either take over or move on. So death now, or possible death later on. What do you choose? And it's very much you have to decide here. And Mark, over a lot of pain, a lot of agony, a lot of because he wants to just fight and kill him, he agrees. And then Thrag, like, believe it or not, you are the savior of everyone here. You saved every soul here, and you saved your people.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is in an ironic way. I mean, he is saving the Viltrumites and humans by letting them coexist like this.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
And then in the last scene, Alan finds the Scourge virus and the note stating, use this.
Let them begging him to use it. Yep.
And that is the end of season 4.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right. I guess the first question is season 4 the greatest season of Invincible?
I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know if I could say it's pretty close to the first season. I don't know. It's tough. I feel like I almost need to rewatch them all, like back to back to back, because recency bias is such a thing.
I feel like season 1 has a more better flow in the sense of like it feels like it all leads to like one moment.
It all builds up, yeah.
Whereas like this season does build up, but it's not like it's weirdly paced.
A little bit, especially with the one extra episode in there. Herb or whatever. Not that I have a problem with that episode, but it definitely
if we had to go like best 4 episodes, I think season 4B is like the best 4 episodes.
By the second half, yeah.
And I say that over the second half of season 1 because like the last like 2 episodes of that season are amazing. But this, I'm just at the point where I'm like, and I'm like, how much does it carry the first 4? And I do like the first 4 of the season. They're all like culminations of like the other seasons though, which is why this is like such a Marine Ford like type season.
You like that?
I think I'm at 1, 4, 3, 2.
1, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, I mean that sounds pretty reasonable. Like I said, without actually going through and rewatching them and like checking my notes and everything off the cuff, I feel like that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
assertion, which is a good place to be for newer seasons to still be ranking higher than older seasons.
I think it's just
opposite with shows.
I think it's crazy because like I have season 2 is like 4, but my favorite villain is Angstrom Levy, and he's still probably one of my favorite villains. I mean, Thrag, seeing him in the TV show he's pretty dope.
That punch.
Have you? Okay, so you're not much on social media, but have you done any like YouTube shows talking about Thrag, and like from the perspective of people who haven't like read the comics?
No.
Okay, no, so I followed a couple people on YouTube, not YouTube, TikTok Shorts, and I'll just scroll. I don't know if I necessarily follow a whole lot, I like to keep my opinions like fresh from other people, especially when I'm making more content frequently. Not so much this year. So kind of just getting a gist of like where people are at after every episode is interesting. Because many people did not like Thrag. They thought he was like this fake. Like they didn't think he was that strong. There was no moment to show it. And it was just funny to watch because it's like, you gotta wait for it. But I will say, I wasn't necessarily expecting this dope of a villain entry. Because like it happened in the comics, but it's like it's just different.
It's different seeing it animated, yeah.
And yeah, it's just like, oh my. And Lee Pace is such an interesting choice because we didn't think it was Lee Pace. We thought it was whatever his name was.
The guy that ended up doing Conquest.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I knew his name was Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I thought he was going to play Throg because, like, to me, he just got screams.
Gravitas.
Got the gravitas. Very much Negan from Walking Dead. But Lee Pace was interesting, so I'm like, it's just not what I imagined. But now seeing the full picture and seeing like the philosophical nature of Throg, on top of the powerhouse, it's almost like, okay, I'm down for this voice.
Yep.
Because it's hard to pull off that philosophical but also that dominance, and he kind of does.
Yeah, that like kind of intellectual level to it while still being like intimidating.
Yeah.
Intellectually intimidating, yeah.
What do you think about the animation of this season? Because that's also been one of those points where people were just complaining about the animation over and over and over and over again.
It's Invincible. It's not all about the animation, but I'd be lying if I said I was like super impressed by the animation all the time.
Can I say a comment? And you can like question or challenge me on it.
Okay.
Might be a hot take.
Let's hear it.
I think animation quality is overrated.
You're talking to a pretty diehard anime fan here, and that is like a very high basis for how anime is regarded. And
overrated.
I don't know if I'd say overrated entirely.
Overrated.
I think story can carry a lot if your story and your characters are good. But if your animation is not enjoyable to watch, then I'm not going to watch your show.
No, I agree that animation has a part. Like, I agree that animation is important. I think it's an overrated aspect of animation. I think animation, the bar, what it needs to clear in order for it to be enjoyable is the animation has to clearly depict the story that you want to tell.
Yeah.
That's the bar. And yes, I agree that Invincible at times looks not the greatest. It looks bad. There's some parts where you're like, okay, they didn't quite make it as vibrant as they could. And I'm also aware that they're doing it at the expense of like, we're doing this so we can get it out to you faster, a year by year by year basis. And if that's the choice, I can live with that. But the biggest thing is the animation tells the story. It does enough. And when it needs to hit, Invincible has hit. Is it the best animation out there? No. Is there stuff that are way better? Yes. But what else delivers the story that Invincible delivers, as well as delivering, like, the story makes the show. The animation, more or less, is the frosting on the cake. The frosting is important.
To agree kind of was what you're saying here, instead of arguing with you at some point. I mean, like, early One Piece is still enjoyable, but it's one of those things where it's like, it could be better. Like, we've seen better, and we know it could be better. And that's where, because it comes from a place of like passion, right? Because people are like, I love this show. I love Invincible. I want it to get the treatment that it deserves, essentially.
Yeah.
And the argument is, I know you're like, well, they can only animate it so fast, but the counter argument to that is that Amazon has basically an unlimited budget. They can hire as many animators as they want.
True.
And really put it to the next level. but instead they're the ones that set this bar. It's not anyone else setting this bar limit. That's fair enough.
If you're gonna put the the flames towards anyone, it would be Amazon for not giving us.
It's not the animator's fault. That's definitely not true.
But no, I agree. It could be better. And I think we should strive for better. But I'm also just at the point where I just want to enjoy the show, and I'm happy it comes out once a year. And I'm okay with not every scene being amazing to look at.
I don't agree. If the choice was slightly better animation and waiting another 6 months, I think I'd rather not wait. But if there was more of I don't know. I'm not in the budgeting room, so I don't know what trade-offs are really necessary and what trade-offs aren't.
But more or less, I agree that it's not the greatest. I'm not going to argue that it is. I just think it's it's good enough. It's fine. It's one of those things where yes, I would want it to be better, but
it's not so bad it's distracting in the show.
It's not for sure. Yeah. But there's a bunch of haters that are just oh, Invincible, it sucks. Look at the animation. It's not that great. It's you're missing the point of the show. It's not about whether it's good or bad. Just enjoy it for what it is. But people watch things they hate watch. It's part of the culture. It's part of the dopamine. I hate this thing that everybody else loves. Cool. The animation is not the point. If you're going to tell me that the animation sucks, it's a bad show. It's I'm not trying to rate the show. I'm just trying to enjoy the show. I'm trying to enjoy the story that comes with it, and not just necessarily enjoy it but just take it in for what it is and then judge it afterwards.
Right.
So I don't know. That's my whole spiel on it. We got at least 3 or 4 questions off of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Scourge virus. Where do you think that goes?
I mean, right. You'd be this is the thought process, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can't actually release it because if it kills all the Viltrumites, it kills Invincible and Oliver. And Invincible, I'm not going to say that there's no way that he lives through the whole story or whatever, but he's not going to die to the damn Scourge virus. That would be pretty lame.
I will say it also potentially impacts humans.
Yeah, and they also mentioned that as a little offhanded thing at the end there.
So it's kind of the whole hey, you can kill all the Viltrumites, but it might kill all, genocide an entire planet.
Yep, another entire planet, and people
to a bigger,
arguably innocent, more innocent than the Viltrumites were.
Yeah. Which is a pretty good point if you think about it from the sense of there's already so many genocide happen because of this race. You could end it here and now, but you have to cause your own genocide. Thaddeus is is already a genocide in.
Yeah, he's already a genocider.
Whereas now Alan has that choice. Hey, do I potentially commit a genocide to stop future genocides? And that's one of those questions of. I don't know if there's a right answer here. And so,
according to the Geneva Convention, no genocide is good genocide.
Yeah, I would ultimately agree with that. But I think it more or less it's a good question of one person or 5 people. What is the better answer? If you had to choose one or the other.
The reality is what it comes down to is it's always because it's not a question of genociding humans or whatever and the Viltrumites or Viltrumites commit other genocides. It's kill them and potentially the Viltrumites commit other genocides. That's not a guaranteed thing. So you can't consider that a guarantee wade into your
Yes. I'm more or less framing it as how the show and the comic frames it.
But that's how they're
that's the right answer. Yeah. That's the right answer because you don't know what actually is going to happen, which reading the comic and eventually watching the show, we will explore that. Can't say more. Spoilers. I didn't do a spoiler early on. Probably should have.
Spoiler work better on that for season 4. Anybody's still watching.
That's already honestly, if you're already through, you're
the part 2 of season 4 Invincible review.
It's only a finale review. Like, there's spoilers here. You should know.
Yeah. Hey, people do finale and series reviews without spoilers. Spoiler-free ones.
True. This is true. Well, we'll mark it up.
We do not.
We will put it, in the YouTube description. That is spoilers ahead.
Spoilers.
All right, Robot. What do you think is happening with Robot and Monster Girl?
I got no fucking idea. The other dimension, the timeline was I don't even know, hundreds of times longer, thousands of times longer,
they
faster.
Age quickly and die when they're in our place.
Yeah, and so over there, they'd come here, they would leave for a week, and they'd come back, and they'd be hundreds of years advanced a week later, right?
Yeah.
And they've been gone for at least almost a year at this point, probably pretty close.
Yep.
So they've been gone for, in that other dimension, potentially thousands of years.
Potentially.
Yeah. So who fucking knows what's going on with them? They're either dead or they're in another dimension. Or
all I'm gonna say is it's a fun story, and I'm excited for the rest of Invincible.
I mean, we do basically know that Monster Girl's kind of immortal, right?
Yeah.
Because she can just age backwards and then age forwards and then age backwards and then age forward if she takes off her belt. So she could still be alive, probably is alive. And I guess if Rudy could figure out a way to retransfer his consciousness into a robot or something, he could still be alive after thousands of years.
Or a different
there's potential. Yeah. Or just clones or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's potential that they are still alive after all that time. Or that they went someplace else and that they haven't experienced that much time go by yet.
Debbie and Nolan.
Yeah, they're gonna get back together. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but
they're
they're gonna get back together.
I actually don't know.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay, I'll say this: in the comic, they're back together, and it's actually rather quickly. But I will say,
I mean, they already had their little sweet moment looking at the stars. Nolan hesitating to put his arm around her.
But doesn't respect.
He doesn't. Yeah, that's right. Yep. That's a good sign. Yeah.
Not saying that Nolan didn't do some bad things and he deserves all the hate, but he is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm necessarily happy about it. But at the same time,
redemption.
We'll see. Yeah.
Story of redemption. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it because the whole thing with so when you have an abuser, and I have a little experiences with this, generally the feeling is fuck you, I want nothing to do I don't care if you're redeemed, I don't care if you're better.
Yeah.
And I feel
good for you, but I'm not gonna put myself back in that situation again.
And I had my own emotional abuser of an ex before, and that's more or less how I feel about it. Is I want nothing to do with you, want nothing to do with you. If you're better, awesome. Be better to the people around you, but I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
and that
bridge has been burnt.
And I feel that's more or less what Debbie wants, and is what's going to happen. We'll see in the comics that they get back together. That being said,
but Debbie, like you said, is much more of a character and independent person in the show, so maybe she'll make different choices.
Maybe. I would be open to it. It makes sense for her character to do other things rather than just get back to Nolan.
Yeah.
So, I'm not necessarily cheering for them to get back, but I'm cheering for Nolan's redemption.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where he is genuinely a brainwashed character, but deserves the hate for all the shit that he's done. All right, my defense.
I'm a sucker for a good redemption story.
I am.
A-Train.
Yeah, A-Train. Jamie Lannister.
Yep. Oh, Jamie Lannister kind of unredeemed himself at the end, though.
Did he?
A little bit, in my eyes. Going back to die with his sister.
But like he did the thing. He saved the realm.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, but he could have stayed with Brienne, and they could have been happy.
I agree.
And instead, he goes back to die with his evil sister.
I don't hate it.
I don't like it.
I don't think it shows growth. It's like a backward step. But then again, like it's not like he like joined his sister and then fought them in return.
Yeah.
He didn't take a full step back. He took like a half step back for love.
A half step back and then died. Died on a backswing.
In the arms of the person he loves.
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Redemption story. Darth Vader. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is kind of like the OG.
Darth Maul.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of other stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a new show. Apparently, it's really good. Might have to do an episode on that.
We don't need to redeem every villain, though.
No, not every. Just there's a good redemption arc, you know.
Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine redeemed.
Yeah, it's time for Emperor Palpatine.
I will say that is
to lead the new Jedi.
Okay, Emperor Palpatine being redeemed is essentially, I feel like a good equivalence to like Omni-man, the amount of destruction.
Yeah.
And so like it's like after Alderaan forgiving Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah. But we don't see like Palpatine like, well, I guess we do. But we don't see him as like a family guy as much earlier on.
Family Guy, you said it.
Yeah,
sorry,
I just yeah.
I still like have Family Guy Star Wars as like one of my first like watches of Star Wars. So I just think of Stewie Griffin and the Death Star, and so I immediately went to there. All right, moving on. Most valuable character. I don't think I have an argument for any other character. Do you?
Besides Invincible?
I do have a second, yes.
I mean, I think there can be some arguments about Nolan. I mean, he had a pretty big role this season, and he definitely did a lot of saving this season.
A lot of changing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I could see an argument for that. I mean, obviously, Mark is really the one going through the ringer here, but...
Ooh. Like, I think it's Mark. I like how I started this. Like, there's no one, like, Nolan. Nolan. Nolan deserves it. It might be both of them, you could make the argument for. I think Mark, like, this is Mark's show, and Mark took center stage. So I think by just...
As I've said every other season.
Yeah.
Every other show that we do like this.
I know. It's Mark. Maybe we need a second one. Like, hey, this is the
most valuable not character Mark. The show is named after.
Fair. Which would be Nolan. There is no argument. This is his redemption season. Fine. We're just gonna say it's Nolan.
All right.
Boom. All right. We can go. So we can go episode by episode. I haven't done this. So episode 6, it's no. I'm gonna put Oliver. The reason why I'm going to say it's Oliver is because Oliver is the one who more or less changes Nolan.
Yeah. I think he affects Nolan more than Nolan affects him.
But I also will say Oliver plus, the Invincible boys or Omni boys. Omni boys. All three of them. Like Omni boys.
Yeah. I don't know if I like that.
No, I like it simply because that's what they'd be called in every other universe.
Yeah, if they were all together to begin with.
Omni boys.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, like Omni boys, they arrive, they win. 7. Who would be Space Racer?
I mean, he does
in that battle in particular.
Yeah, he does some pretty good saving.
Otherwise,
it does make you wonder, like, how many people did he kill in that fight that weren't there?
Every time he shoots.
Yeah. How many other planets did he punch big holes into?
Infinite amount.
Yeah, right.
That's the answer. He killed an infinite amount.
So is he really a good guy?
If you think about it, Earth will eventually Earth will eventually be destroyed by Space Racer's laser.
Yep.
Because
it's an inevitability,
and we'll call it the Death Star.
Yep, and his killing of 3 Viltrumites, he killed an infinite number of people to kill those 3 Viltrumites.
In just a random direction. That would be a horrible way to go. Just random laser.
Done. Yep, that should be quick.
Episode 8. I'm gonna just say Mark.
Yeah, I mean it's literally his episode.
Yeah,
we spend most of the episode just following him around while he's losing his shit.
So it's Mark going through changes, being a better person, being a better hero, yada yada, and then
kind of like the theme of the show.
Yeah, how he's not invincible.
Yeah.
And all right,
that things aren't so black and white all the time.
That's what I love about the show. It's not black and white. It's just sometimes there's not a right answer. All right, villain. There's only one answer here.
Yeah, I mean it's Throg.
It's Throg.
Thrag. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Throg. He makes his entrance.
Yeah, Conquest had his moment, but yeah, it doesn't compare to that punch.
Rating. What do you give it?
What, this season?
Yeah.
I mean 4 plus 5 minus range.
I think I'm in the 5 minus range.
Yeah, I am leaning more towards that.
I'm in the 5 minus range because there's the last 2 episodes were, episode 7 was amazing. That's a 5. Yes. You have episode 5, which is also 5 minus 5, or somewhere around there. The epilogue was what you needed to be 4 plus.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think 7 is really more of the finale episode, and then 8 is like an epilogue.
Well, it's like a Game of Thrones penultimum. That's where the shit happens. But then the next episode,
you have to explore a little bit of the fallout. Yeah,
and where the
consequences,
and potentially where the story's going to head into, and yeah. So I think it's 2, 3, 4, and 1. And the only reason why I'm putting season 1 ahead of 4 is because I think season 1 just has a fuller arc. It has one spot to go. Whereas this, we had to go to many different spots. We had to conclude all these different subplots among the series, then have a filler episode, which was a fun filler episode once you just watch it to watch it. You fight Satan and there's rock music on it. Stop complaining.
It's metal. Yeah,
it's metal as hell. And then the last 4 episodes were just straight plot, serious Marineford, the peak before the peak season. And it's weird pacing. That's the only reason why I would say season 1's better, because it all just builds to it.
Yeah.
But
I would.
This is what I would. All right, this is a comparison. Season 1 is the better album. Start to finish, better album. But funner listen. Season 4 has the better hits.
Yep. Although the season finale of season 1.
Yeah.
Might be the best episode.
What's our top 3? What's our top 5?
That right now.
We're gonna have to do that. That's gonna be an episode.
Yeah, I gotta go through and look at everything again before I could try to do that. Off the top of my head, that'd be tough. It'd probably mostly be season finales.
There, somewhere around there, or the season. Yeah. Episode 5 and episode 7 would definitely belong from this season. Mm-hmm. In the argument, you have Invincible War on top of Conquest from last season.
Yep.
You have the finale of season 2.
Yep. Which is with Angstrom Levy, right?
Yep. And then, of course, the finale from season 1.
Yeah.
Or
Mark.
Think. As well as the episode before that. So you have those 2 episodes, which were just. So it's. I don't know where to rank them. We'll have to come back to it. All right. Any final thoughts or Invincible.
Can't wait for next season, I guess. We're getting through it.
We only have to wait a year. Unless we get better animation, then maybe it's 2 years. We will see.
Not on that One Piece schedule. At least, I mean, I guess maybe Steven Yeun will be like 60 voicing Invincible.
No. I guess it wouldn't matter. It's, animation. Either way.
Yeah.
All right. This is Jake signing off. Thank you, MiYm.